Back to. Okay. All right, let's rock.
Whenever you're ready, Matthew, you can go ahead.
Hello?
Hey, Matthew.
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, Matthew, this is Connor at the Veterans Benefit Office here in Georgia. I'm just getting back to you about the request you submitted for the veteran life insurance, where you listed Mary as your beneficiary. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, perfect. Like I said, I'm Connor. I'm the head underwriter here in Georgia, just assigned to handle your eligibility and approval. So do me a favor and grab a pen and paper so you can write down my full name and my state license number, and just let me know whenever you got that ready.
Okay. And you said this is for what again?
It's about the veterans life insurance you requested. Let me know when you have that pen and paper ready.
Oh, okay. Give me just a sec. All right, I got it.
Okay, so my first name is Connor, just Connor.
Okay.
Last name is Mendiola, spelled Mendiola.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to give you my national producer number. That's how you verify you're working with the licensed professional here in Georgia. That number is 123456.
Okay. I got that.
Okay, and then are you speaking on a cell phone that receives text messages as well?
Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah, the state just requires you to send my state license to you, just so you know you're working with a licensed professional, okay?
Okay. And
Okay.
are you able to just send me like quotes over email or something?
No, we're not able to send quotes over email. We're going to go over it right now. Now, did you get
Okay.
that picture I sent you with my state license?
Yes, I did.
Okay, perfect. So obviously, I was the one who received your request for life insurance. You listed Mary as your beneficiary. So what's your relation to Mary?
That's my wife.
That's your wife? Okay, awesome. How long you guys been married?
Oh, 35 years.
35 years? There you go. That's awesome. Were you looking into life insurance because you already have some in place and want to add more, or do you not have anything set up yet?
I know I get a little bit from the VA, but I don't have any other policies.
Okay, perfect. So
Just
I'm
kind of
assuming
looking around.
just looking around. Okay. So you're just I'm assuming you're just looking to add some more coverage to what you already have.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So in terms of what you're looking to accomplish with this coverage, is your main concern just, covering the initial cost of your funeral and final expenses, or did you want to leave some additional money behind for Mary as well?
I just wanted to take care of burial.
Burial? Okay.
Yeah.
Is there something that happened, that prompted you to start shopping today?
Not really. Just I've been putting it off for a couple of years and saw an ad, so thought I'd look at it today.
Okay, gotcha. Has anyone close to you, passed recently?
Not too close, but we had a friend of ours lose a relative pretty recently.
Oh, wow. And do you know if he had a plan in place?
I don't know the details, but I know the family was pretty torn up.
Pretty torn up. Gotcha. So if you pass away tomorrow, what would that look like for Mary?
We got a little bit of savings set aside, but I mean, we still have a mortgage and we don't have any burial plots or anything like that paid for, so she'd have to pay for all that.
Okay, so she had to come out of pocket and basically be left with the financial burden that she couldn't really handle.
Yeah, pretty much. We have a
Okay,
little bit,
perfect.
but
Just a little bit. Okay, so perfect. I can see why you need the insurance, and I can help you with that. Okay.
okay.
So my job's super easy. I'm just an underwriter for about 35 to 40 of the top insurance companies. I'm just going to run you through a suitability sheet, just ask you a little bit about your health, your income, and budget, and then any current insurance you have. And then we'll just get more specific about what you're looking to accomplish with the coverage. And then we're just going to shop around together to see who's going to give you the most insurance for the lowest monthly cost. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So all insurance is state regulated, so they only vary by about $2 to $5 per company, but they have different things they accept in terms of your age, health, and any medication you're taking. So
Okay.
that's where it may be useful to you. I'll just simply handpick 1 to 3 of those companies that fit you best, so you don't have to shop around all over the place. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Perfect. So after we find that company, you're just gonna customize your plan to find the balance of coverage that's gonna give you peace of mind, along with the monthly payment that's gonna fit your budget. Okay.
Okay.
So once we start looking at the numbers, I'll just ask for your feedback on whether we need to make any adjustments. So it's completely customizable. We can look up or down. And then from
Okay.
there, I'll just send your request to the insurance company as a full application just to make sure you get the green light and get approved. Does that sound easy enough?
Yeah. Do I have to give you my personal information?
Yeah, if you want to see if you get approved, we'll have to go through that a little bit. So if
Okay.
we do get that far, the insurance company is just going to ask you for all the same stuff on the application, like if you were to go to a car dealership and purchase a car. So just your
Mm.
full name, driver's license, date of birth, social, and then whatever bank you're going to use. We don't need it now, but if we do submit an application, I just want to make sure you have access to all that info. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I have access. I just want to look at the quotes first.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll get to that after we go through the suitability sheet to see what company you're gonna pair up best with. Okay.
Okay.
You want me to keep going, Dom, or oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yes,
we'll
keep
go.
going. Sorry.
Okay, so we'll go through the suitability sheet to see what company's going to give you the best rates for your age and health. Okay. Alrighty. So you listed your age at 67. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now, are you retired or still working?
Uh, Fully retired, 20% disabled.
Okay, gotcha. What'd you do before you retired?
I was a real estate agent for a
Real
couple of
estate.
years.
Okay, awesome. How did you like that?
That was good. It was a little hard. The market changes and stuff, but it was good while I was in it.
I bet, I bet. Now, are you receiving Social Security, a pension, or both?
Just Social Security and then also disability.
Disability. Okay. Now, just a ballpark, what do you think your monthly income is?
With both of our Social Security, my disability, we're bringing in about 4,800 a month.
4,800 a month? Okay, gotcha. And then a ballpark, what would you estimate your monthly expenses to be?
It's usually right around 35 to 4,000. So we have about 800 bucks left at the end of the month.
Okay, gotcha. Now, do you have anything that acts like life insurance, like any 401ks, IRAs, stocks, or anything like that?
No, we do not.
Okay, perfect. And then you said you want to be buried, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And then a discount question. Do you smoke at all?
Nope. Never
No? Okay.
smoked.
Perfect, perfect. And then they also give you a discount if you bank with a local credit union or a financial institution. So do you bank with someone like that?
Yeah, maybe credit.
Navy credit. Okay, perfect. Okay. Now I'm asking you a little bit about your health. Okay. So roughly how tall are you?
6'1",
6'1". And then roughly how much do you weigh?
230.
230, all muscle, right?
Yep, straight muscle.
Yes, sir. Now, any cancers, past or present?
No cancers.
Okay, perfect. Any heart issues, stents, or heart surgeries?
I had a heart attack in 2010, but nothing since.
Nothing recent. Okay.
Nope.
Any diabetes?
No diabetes.
Okay, perfect. Have you had a stroke in the past 5 years?
Oh, no strokes.
No strokes. Okay. Any depression, bipolar, or schizophrenia?
I do take one medication for anxiety, but it's just minimal.
Minimal. Okay, gotcha. Now, any dementia or Alzheimer's, or you just can't remember?
Just bad memory.
Bad memory. Okay, gotcha. Any lung issues like COPD?
No, I got diagnosed with asthma, but I just have an inhaler that I use as I need it, but that's
Okay,
about
so
it.
just one inhaler.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Any kidney or liver issues for you?
No, I do take one medication for my kidneys, but no dialysis or anything like that.
Okay, perfect. Any AIDS or HIV?
Nope.
No? Okay. And I'm assuming you're not confined to a wheelchair or a nursing facility full time, right?
Oh no. Nope.
Okay, perfect. And just keep rolling down. Okay. All right. So based on what you told me, you seem pretty healthy. So I have a company in mind that we can go with, okay? So I'm
Okay.
gonna pull really quick. Let's see. So a little bit about the policy, if I can get you approved. it'll be immediate coverage. So most companies, have a 2-year waiting period. So if I can get you approved with this company, you'll have immediate coverage right away.
Mhm.
Your price is never gonna increase on you, and the death benefit is never gonna decrease either. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. So, for let's say 10,000, it's gonna be $70 a month,
Hmm.
and then for 20,000, that's gonna make sure the burial is taken care of, and also leave some money behind for Mary. That's gonna
Hmm.
be 150,
Okay.
and then for 25,000, it's gonna be um, like $200, only $200.
Okay.
Now, based on those options, which one are you most comfortable with applying, or do you want to look higher or lower in coverage?
I think the 20,000 will be good for now.
The
I
20,000.
can I add coverage or is this
Yeah, so what I recommend is start with what's comfortable for you today, and then
Mhm.
in the first 30 days, we have the option to increase the coverage or lower it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, perfect. So what we'll do here is just start the application process and see if we can get you approved.
Okay.
Hey, thanks, Connor. Give him a hand. Good job, dude. All right. Connor, how long you been doing this?
Like a month.
1 month. Okay, 1 month. And how much have you sold in a month? I think I know last month. Well, you said how much? What was it? What was it last month?
Um, Issue paid was like 20,000.
20,000. Okay. And what are your goals? Where do you want to be at?
Um, Probably like 30,000 a month.
30,000 a month. Okay.
Mhm.
30,000 a month. Um, are you on track to do 20,000 again in May?
I think so.
Good. Good, good, good. It's because, and how many hours a day do you work, Connor?
Probably I mean, like at least like 7 or 8 like focus hours.
Okay.
So,
At least. How many days a week?
um, I try to do like every day, but maybe Sunday I don't. But I try to work every day.
All
You
right.
know,
Let's call it
yeah,
six. All right. Let's
yeah,
call it
yeah.
six.
We'll,
All right.
we'll do that.
Six. So you're working 45, 40, 50 hours a week. Okay. 40, 50 hours a week. All right. And buying leads. All right. And you're buying a good amount of leads. So this is good. All right. So I'm gonna give you some feedback on from the top. I was taking notes the whole time. Okay. So I'm gonna start at the beginning. Um, and by the way, dude, what you're doing is working. Okay. It's working. These are little things. They're not major, but they're little things, all right, that can get more of a relationship forming. Okay. Connor, I don't want my sales to be transactional. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, you don't want it to be like another transaction. You want them to like feel emotion. So it's not just I'm buying a loaf of bread.
Or, correct. Okay. How much did Matthew know about you?
Probably not too much.
I didn't. Did y'all know anything about Connor throughout that conversation? Okay. This is great. Cause look, dude, you're already netting 10 plus $1,000 in insurance. Could you imagine how much more we can get? Oh my God, if we start building relationships with people versus just let me work hard and make a transaction. Make sense? So what I'm gonna say, Connor, is I had the same freaking problem. All right. I never talked about myself. Okay. Which makes it hard to ask other people about themselves. You guys understand that, right? Like you won't ask good questions unless you open up about yourself. Okay. So when he in a great in way in this, you're calling vet leads, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a story with veterans?
No, I probably should get one to say,
I think you should create one or steal somebody's.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's a great start. Is dude, if I'm calling up a vet, Connor, And I go, hey man, looks like you were in the military. What branch were you in? I was in the Army. Oh man, thank you for your service. All right. What was your favorite like your favorite deployment? Man, I was in Vietnam. Connor, we got to get these people talking. Okay? We got to get them talking because as little as they know about you is as little as you know about them if we don't prompt the questions. You with me? And what really makes it a transaction is if it's just about death benefit and how much it is. But be clear, you work hard enough and you do your deal, dude, you'll be making 10, 15, 20 G's. But bad thing about transactions, Connor, and we're going to do this early, is that transactions get replaced. We're in a business to where transactions don't make you profitable. Relationships make profitability. That's why I'm talking to you about. If it was just about closing, it wouldn't matter, Connor. We get paid to keep money policies on the books, right? So let's initially build that relationship like we're looking to have it stick. I want them to remember me. Okay, I went to college, whatever you did, dude, went to college. How did you find this? Whatever, about something about the military. Find something to relate. There was zero common ground during that phone call. Okay. And I'm letting you guys know you can make sales. The leads are that good. I promise you. The leads are that freaking good that if you buy enough and work your butt off, you're gonna run into it. Okay. But this is how you go from making it happen to are doing it to making it happen and creating that separation. All right. So be assumptive, give them info about what they saw. Okay. When you called them up, you said, hey, I'm calling you about that veteran's life insurance. Man, say, hey, that video and the thing, right? It says source on your lead sheet. I want you to be so specific, Connor, with what that source is. All right. Don't just say, hey, you saw us on, hey, I'm getting back to you. No, no, no. Hey, I'm getting back to you about that veterans life insurance ad that you saw on TikTok. It was the video that talked about life insurance for veterans. Now I'm not going to get so much of, I don't know. What? I want to be so clear with what they saw that there's no questions. Now, if I don't have that data, I can't say it. But our leads are that good that we got the data. So let's use it. Good deal? All right. So another thing is, you said, no, I don't send quotes. We're going to do it right now. That could work. Okay. But it also could piss somebody off. Right?
Right.
I'm not looking to piss people off, bro. I'm looking to make sales. Okay. All right. So they say something, hey, can you give me a quote? I say, sure. I can definitely send you some quotes. Let's get some additional information before we get there. Cool. Agree with them, Connor. Make sense? I want a quote. Great, man. We'll get you the quote. Let me get some additional information. And that just buys you time versus shutting them down and hopefully they respond the right way. You with me?
Yeah. Well, I do like usually say, we'll get to that part. I don't know why I said that
All
exactly.
good. All good, dude. All good. But somebody may have heard that, right? And then did it. Make sense? So I just want to make sure that because
Yeah.
we all deal with the same stuff. Okay. You asked about, dude, what was Matthew's wife's name?
Mary.
Mary. How many
Yes.
times did you say Mary throughout the phone call?
Uh, Probably 2 or 3 times. One.
Do y'all remember? Was there another one? There was two? All right.
I heard
Well,
at least twice,
if we're
but
debating one or two, we need 20, bro. Make sense? Like if you're selling me insurance and my beneficiary is my wife Erica, bro, you need to be Erica and my ass to death. You with me? Because that's who I'm leaving this for. My kids. You didn't ask Matthew if he had kids. You just took the wife, 35 years, and kept it pushing. Okay? Transaction. Okay? Hey, how long you been married? That was a great intro. 35 years. Well, damn, dude. You've been married. I'm telling you exactly what I would say, Connor. Okay? Exactly what I would say. I've been married 35 years. Holy smokes, dude. You've been married longer than I've been alive. Holy smokes. Okay. I'm gonna help you out with some insurance, which is gonna be kind of minor to what you're gonna help me with because I do plan on getting married. I'm only 23. All right. But I do plan on getting married and I want to be married for 35 years. So I'm gonna help you out with this insurance, and you're gonna help me make sure I pick the right damn girl so that I'm married as long as you. Wow. How open will that client be from there? Now they're like, holy shit, he's asking me for advice. Huh. All right. Huh. Now I'm feeling a little better about myself today. Connor, we got to stroke guys and women's egos. So we do. We stroke egos. All right. You're a great man, strong. Wow. Give your client some of that. Make sense? Make them feel good. If you got a couple, oh Lord, my goal is that one of them get laid that night. Make sense? You're like, whoa, like, yeah, dude, I want to get them that excited about each other. Yeah. Like it may seem funny, but like I'm not trying to make you laugh. I'm really not. But you gotta get in there and make them feel good. Okay? And you can do that. All right. And you do that through relatability. Find some things. If he's in, shoot, there's so many things that you could point out from people and show them some admiration. All right. Figure out their kids. You got kids? They say yes. Cool. What's their names? All that type of stuff. They say no. You go, is that like by choice or like what just not God's plan? Do you understand how that opens up so many cool conversations? So many. I was on the phone with this lady, dude. I swear, if I didn't ask her that, she hated me before that, it felt like. Okay. But right when I asked her that question, she got to tell me about how many kids she lost, how blessed she was with the one that she got, and how that's why she wants to get the insurance. But if I would have never asked Connor, I would have never got to that she lost 3 kids and then she had in vitro and had this one. Make sense? When you dig in there early, be clear, we ain't even got the product, we ain't got the price, we ain't got to nothing yet. But this is the stuff that gets people to open up and follow you. Connor, you want your clients to follow you to the finish line. And they follow those who they trust and they connect with. Now, Connor, they don't distrust you. Not at all. They don't distrust you. They just don't really have this connection. Okay? Like they may want to talk to somebody else when they're done talking to you. I want to be so like, dude, hey, by the way, if you don't want to talk to no other agents after you talk to me, right? Like, why would you ever do that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I probably had, like our clients are doing this stuff all the time. All right. Let me see. Say her name more, has none, ask why. Okay. The client had no insurance, right, Matt? You said you had none? Okay.
Yep.
Your questions following up to that were good. Okay. But ask more about like, why not? Versus asking what prompted him to look into it. That's cool. But also want to know, why don't you have insurance, dude? You were in the military. They gave you insurance when you were in the military. You guys know that, right? When folks are in the military, everybody who is in the military has life insurance. Active duty has life insurance. So ask them, Connor, when they say, I don't have insurance, ask them, why, when you left the military, why didn't you pick up the insurance? You had it all those years. Why'd you let it go? Well, I just couldn't. I want to hear them talk about it, Connor. Tell me. Well, I just couldn't. I just didn't know. Okay. I hear you, bro. But what happened to make you like want to start it now? Because you've been out of the military now for 30 years, my dude. 20 years. So what happened over the last 20 years that makes you go, now it's important? Because 20 years ago, when you had it and left it, it wasn't important then. Why is it important now? Now I get them thinking of like, dude, I've been procrastinating 20 years. Holy crap. I haven't even said that out loud to myself. Yeah, I'm going to make a decision today with Connor. because he's speaking to me as if this is real. Make sense? All right. So, and that's what they saw too. Like, hey, how long has it been? What'd you see? What'd the ad say? What'd you see? Oh, I saw something about, permanent and I could borrow money against it. Some of you guys are pitching products, are talking to people about things and don't even really know exactly what they saw. Ask them. You know what I mean? What did it talk about? Did it talk about insurance ending on you? Or did it talk about it lasting forever? Did it talk about growing cash value? Or did it talk about living benefits like heart attack, strokes, and cancer? They'll tell you. Oh man, it was the one that if I got a heart attack. Now you know that you're going to be selling more living benefit than death benefit, right? But if you're selling that person death benefit and they clicked on the ad for living benefit, you are selling the wrong thing, right? So ask them, what stood out to you about this product? All right, things like that. Financial inventory, great. All right, your structure. When you got to structure, it's like you hit another, like you hit another, another gear. Like it got smoother. It felt more conversational. Um, I love your structure piece. The way you set it up, I had no confusion on what we're doing next. No confusion about what we're doing next, and that is huge, Connor. Usually we're picking through that piece of like, damn, that's why you're getting this when you get here. Make sense? Like you're getting the I don't want to move forward stuff because of the why, not the structure. Most people are the structure. Okay. All right. So good job for you, dude. Doing
If
that.
I can
Yeah.
add on that, I was gonna say I couldn't even think of an objection because he had laid it out so well that I already knew what we were gonna do next and why we were doing whatever we were doing at that time. So I thought that
Clear.
was awesome. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Healthy. You went through this is two more things, okay? Health. Um, you asked the questions great. All right. Never follow up with you're really healthy though. Okay. Don't tell people that. I'll have an Olympic athlete. I will make them think they are going to get declined. Okay. People don't want what they think is a guarantee. All right. You will get people to hit the brakes on your presentation because you were so open that they would get approved. So they just think, I'll just put a pin in it and I'll call them back next week. I can handle this next month. There's no sense of urgency here. I'm super healthy. What's the big deal? Don't do that. Okay. I made that mistake, dude. Oh, Lord, I made that mistake. All right. Like, oh, no, you just got high blood pressure. You'll be good. Then I started realizing, why don't I close those ones? Those are the ones that give me the crap. Is because I'm just too open. There's no people want what they can't have. All right. Showing numbers. Okay. Also, you sold the immediate coverage. Don't sell that early. Matt wasn't asking about it, so it doesn't matter. Now, if Matt brings it up and goes, hey, is this one of those policies that have a 2-year waiting period? Okay, great. Bring it up, dude. But it doesn't help you when you say that and then they get declined, right? And it doesn't hurt you if you don't say it and they didn't ask. Sometimes we say too much. Okay? So just don't talk about the immediate coverage. Talk about what they're going. You gave me 3 options, right? He wanted to be buried. I don't know how old you were, Matt. How old were you?
67 or something.
67. Okay, cool. So you're on the fairly younger end. Okay. Connor, I want you to get better at giving recommendations versus 3 options. Okay. You got enough info about him. No insurance, a wife. Okay, we don't know about the kids, or grandkids. He could even have grandkids at 67. Makes sense? A lot more value you could start bringing through that. All right. People, what they won't do for their kids, they will do for their grandkids. Huh. Tell you that. But if we never find out that they're there, that's a whole string that we never even got to strike. Okay. So prices. He wanted to be buried, right? Is that right, Matt? You said I want to be buried? Great. All right. So, hey, you know how much burial is? I don't know, 10, 12 grand. Cool. All right. So, look, what I recommend, all right, what I recommend, Matt, 10, 12,000 is going to take care of you today. All right. I recommend probably 15 or 20 based on what you qualify for. But what we're going to do, we're going to see what you qualify for first, and then we'll figure out what amount above 10,000 makes the most sense for you. And then we just got to get right into the application. No quote, no options, all value, dude. Value. Knowing that 10,000 is the minimum because he wants to get buried. But we're going to see what you qualify for. All right? Over 10,000 plus, and we'll work with it based on what comes back. Dude, now I'm in. Now I'm not cornered into 10,000 is this much. Make sense? I'm not at all. I run it, see what he go. Boom. Now I can talk about price once I get that green check. Once I
that
get
sounds a lot better.
Yeah, once I get that green check, all right, yo, hey, dude. So, hey, 10,000, Matt, man, that's only like 42 bucks. So what I recommend, dude, let's go for the 20,000 at 87. That's what I recommend you do. Because if you do 10 with me today for 47, you'll be calling me in 3 or 4 years trying to increase this. And with your health, we know it ain't getting better, right? Would you agree? And they're always going to agree. Okay? Yeah, you're right. Okay, so let's get as much as you can get today. All right. And now if minimum 10,000, cool, but I recommend this. Which one makes more sense to you? Let's do the 20. All right, let's rock. Make sense? But give them some feel. When you start giving this one, this one, this one, they start to think a lot. Okay? Be the doctor. Tell them what you prescribe based on their age, how obviously none of us have a crystal ball with how long people are going to live, but at 67, I'm going to assume my man's going to be here for at least another 10, 15, 20 years. Yeah? That's fair. Do you think inflation in 10 years is going to be? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to help us give us that recommendation versus just going, hey, 20 grand is this. No, 20 grand is this because inflation, your health, things like that. I had a client earlier today that I just helped out with, man. They got another $5,000 because they had 10, but their husband passed away and it was 16 grand, 15 grand. So they picked up another 5 grand. You know how much their 5 grand was at 85? 120 bucks a month for 5 grand. They're like, holy crap. I'm like, I know, dude. You should just add the 5 right now. It's only an additional 15 bucks, 20 bucks. You see how different, that's how you can start adding premium is by giving them real live scenarios. And I always have a client this morning. You guys can adopt that. Adopt that. There was always a client this morning. This morning, I had a client who was 80 something years old, had a policy just like you that we're looking to get. She got $10,000 in 1995. It was more than enough to cover a burial. But in 2025, it is nowhere near enough. And she had to get more insurance. I don't want you in that same position in 20 years. That's how you bring value to your client. Through stories, not percentages, you don't need to give them fine numbers. Just give them the gist of it all. You know what I mean? People will get the concept of, okay, he's not selling me based on my situation today. He's selling me based on where I'm probably going to be, and he wants to save me money in the future. Right? So I got to pay more now. So that's pretty much, dude, all the feedback I have for you, Connor. Okay. Um, I will like I said, I'll get this recording out and shoot, we're right at 3, but I will take if you guys want to ask any questions the last, minute or two, I'm open. All right, but or Connor, do you have any questions? Was this helpful, dude?
Yeah, that was super helpful. Yeah.
Okay. Questions, comments? All right. Like I told you, Connor, you're about to get the most out of this damn thing. All right.
Yes, sir.
Start rocking this thing, and they'll be looking back going, damn, Connor's selling 50 grand a month. I'm like, yeah, damn right he is. Why? Because he's taking control, he's building relationships, and he's no more transactions. Okay. You got this, dude. You're gonna kill it. All right. Everybody else have a great day. I think Jason, we got a release to do. Is that right?
Yes, we do.
All right, sweet. You stick around, brother. We'll knock it out. All right.
Thank you.
You got it, brother. Oh, Genevieve, you too?
Sorry. No, but it's okay if I just hang out. My release is on Friday.
It's on Friday. Ask
Yeah.
Jason. Is Jason okay? Jason, you cool with that?
No
It's
pressure.
alright.
I just want to see how it's run. If that's okay.
I don't care. All right. I don't care at all.
Look,
All right,
I
let's
did
rock,
it
dude.
yesterday and I bombed it. So
Hey, it's all good, bro. It's all good. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hold on. Let me
I'm
let me
nervous
stop.
for mine, so I just wanted to